Welcome back to Passionfruit Arts. It is the season for treats, and you know what all the rage is. Well, maybe you don't know what all the rage is, but I've heard from many people that the rage is hot chocolate bombs. There are so many ways to fail at these. So I have broken it down for you. In this video, I show you an easy way to make these hot chocolate bombs. Even if you don't have access to a silicone mold, you can make a chocolate shell using everyday kitchen supplies that you already have on hand for a fun and festive treat everyone will love. Start with a semi-sweet baking bar to make the chocolate shell. I had the best result using Trader Joe's Pound Plus baking chocolate. Since we want to temper it, which just means to keep the structure intact through the melting process so it will easily pop out of the mold without bending or breaking, it is important to use real chocolate, which is indicated by the ingredient cocoa butter as opposed to vegetable oil. Take the time to chop it into thin, equally sized pieces so it melts evenly. Chocolate chips do not temper well, so I don't recommend using them unless you are in a pinch. Place 2/3 of the total chopped chocolate into a plastic bowl and melt in the microwave in 30-second increments, stirring really well in between each. So 30 seconds, and another 15, maybe 10 more until almost all the way melted, and then stir in the rest of the chocolate into the warm chocolate to temper it. Adding the cold chocolate into the melted chocolate ensures it will harden when chilled, even if you accidentally overheated it. If you can find hemisphere-shaped molds made out of silicone, choose a 2 to 2.5 inch size, which will fit inside most mugs. You can cut them with scissors into singles, which makes removing the chocolate much easier at the end. Or, you can make your own mold by shaping a cup of aluminum foil around a plum, egg, or small ping-pong-sized ball. Make sure to spray the foil cups with oil so the chocolate doesn't stick to it. These homemade molds don't make the perfectly smooth finish like the silicone molds, but don't worry about it. It is easy to cover any imperfections when you decorate them, and a DIY bomb is just as tasty and fun. Wipe any water droplets or crumbs out of the silicone molds before coating. This will keep the chocolate from sticking. Use a small spoon or new paintbrush to evenly coat each mold with the melted chocolate all the way up to the rim, as you want to make a nice strong hollow ball of chocolate to house the filling. Chill the first layer in the refrigerator for 5 minutes. If your chocolate gets too hard while the first layer chills, microwave it for no more than 5 seconds. Then paint a second coat on all the way up to the rim. Chill in the freezer for 30 to 60 minutes to harden the shell. Once the chocolate shells have chilled, really give them an hour for best results. Peel the foil away from the chocolate shell and don't worry about the bumpy surface. If you use the foil mold, you can just decorate right over it. It's no problem at all. If you're using a silicone mold, gently peel the silicone back from each hemisphere, starting at the rim, one at a time, which is why we usually cut them into singles, as it makes it much easier to handle during this important step. Smooth the rim to create an even edge for sealing by gently melting the rim side down, gently twisting on a microwaved warm plate, slightly warm pan or skillet, being careful not to touch the chocolate with warm hands. You can use sterile gloves if you have them, or just work quickly and with a delicate touch for this step. Fill the bottom hemisphere with 1 tablespoon hot chocolate powder and as many mini marshmallows as you can balance on top, or any custom flavorings you want to add, such as crushed peppermints, hazelnut extract, or freeze-dried berries in place of the marshmallows. Gently position this warmed rim on top over the marshmallow-filled bottom, holding together for a few seconds to seal into a sphere shape. You can use your warm fingers, a warm dry spoon, or extra chocolate to further seal the seam. If you have a really rough seam, go ahead and fill in the gaps with extra melted chocolate, adding sprinkles along the seam while it is still warm. This will cover any gaps and help it look finished. This is where you can really repair any bumps from the foil-made molds. So we're gonna go ahead and melt a little bit of these white vanilla flavored candy melts, and this will make a nice little drizzle. So just maybe 20 seconds in the microwave. And you don't have to be a fancy baker or have fancy equipment to do this. You can just use a Ziploc baggie. Scoop the melted white chocolate into the bag. Trim the corner of the bag and drizzle on top. Stick sprinkles or other crushed candy bits that show what flavor it is inside on top of the drizzle while it's still warm. Keep these in the fridge or other cool place until serving. This is the classic hot chocolate with marshmallows flavor. When the hot milk melts over the chocolate sphere, the marshmallows pop out. To serve these special treats, place the bomb gently into a mug and pour hot milk over to melt the shell and release the surprise filling. Stir with a spoon and enjoy. You can make a limitless variety of flavors, such as milk chocolate peppermint, salted caramel, cookies and cream. Kids love making up their own flavors, so just set out a few ingredients so they can make unicorn bombs or whatever flavor they come up with using different candies. For the more adventurous crowd, try my herbal spice healing chocolate bombs, such as golden turmeric chocolate bomb to soothe your body, mind, and spirit, or my cinnamon rose with damiana and freeze-dried raspberries to get the inner fires burning. These make fun, magical, and delicious gifts for all ages. The dollar store has a lot of holiday mugs, or clear glass mugs work really well because they show off the bomb. Just place the bomb directly into the mug, tuck it in with a piece of colored tissue paper on top to secure it from rolling around, wrap it, and deliver.